taste your presence. One sweet bite, it turns sour. Try to shake your indifference, but it's too late now. I hear you in the quiet. I see you when I'm in the dark. You just couldn't fight for this, but it's not your fault. Say what you mean out loud. Drowning in silence when I'm lost in the crowd. 'Cause every sweet thing you never speak, it's deafening, never knowing what could be. Wish I could show you how, but you're just a ghost now.
Okay, so this is something I've kind of wanted to talk about for a while, I guess. And ever since Gabby Hanna came out with the song Out Loud, I'll link the music video below. I've wanted to make a video about this, and a lot of what I filmed from North Carolina has to do with it. So I kind of want to explain. And I know I look like trash. I got off work and pretty much just put on a sweater so I didn't wear my work shirt. I guess I'll start from the beginning. When I was a kid, in about maybe 5th grade, I think, I didn't really have a group I fit in with very well until I met Katie. We played on Neopets, and we used to go behind her house in the woods and we would role play. I didn't know what that really was at the time. Basically, we would pretend that it was our forest and this housing development that was getting put in. They were, taking over our land and we should go, stuff like that. And she was my best friend. We hung out all the time. When I went into 7th grade, I ended up moving away. So I moved out to Utah, where I am now. And we tried to stay in touch. We never really stayed too far connected, and thinking back now, I probably did some things that didn't help that. I wanted her to be friends with my new friends because I thought that they would be friends, and thinking back on it, I probably made her feel bad. I feel like I probably shouldn't have done that, even though my intentions were best, but so I moved on here, made friends here. She did the same there. And we would talk occasionally, but every time I would go out and visit North Carolina, we would hang out. And it was like we grew up the same way. We still liked the same things, even though we were growing up in separate places and with different influences. And it was great. And then, as time goes on, it's my senior year of high school. And at the time, my stepdad's stepmom was not in the best state of health. She had a reoccurring brain tumor that could no longer be operated on. And I was in the state of mind that, any day she could pass. So I had kind of come to terms with her passing, even though she was a wonderful human being. But anyhow, my parents came in, and it was the first, if not only time, I have ever seen him cry. And all I could think of was, okay, she's gone. Barbara's gone. But my parents both sat next to me and told me that my friend Katie had passed away. Which I thought it was some cruel joke, which they would never do. But I thought it was some cruel joke to make Barbara's passing easier. But my mom read on the news online that she had passed. I had no clue that Katie was even sick. Apparently she had gotten sick from swine flu, and went to the hospital due to dehydration. And she just didn't make it through. It had attacked her heart, and that was it. I mean, it happened fast. I had a very hard rest of my senior year. I was not the nicest to my friends, and if any of you are watching for any reason, I sincerely apologize because my attitude was not, nobody deserved it. Every year, this December and February are very hard because December is when her birthday was, which is part of why I'm talking about this now, and February was when she passed. And that being said, every December and February I have the weirdest tradition, we'll call it. I get raw cookie dough at some point within the month and a pomegranate. And yes, I know cookie dough is not healthy for you to eat raw, but I do anyway. Just a little bit. Just because when we were kids, she's the one who I did that with. She showed me how to eat a pomegranate and that eating cookie dough is delicious. And I also watched the movie Catwoman with Halle Berry, which, yes, it's not a great movie, but she would try and get me to watch the musical Cats all the time, and every single time I would lose interest and start to fall asleep. So we would turn on Catwoman instead. Twice a year, I do that in memory of her and in celebration of her. Now, why this is important in terms of this North Carolina trip. So, I have not actually, or I had not been able to say goodbye, really, so I feel like that's why I've really struggled with her death so much. She didn't really have a funeral, and even if she did, I wouldn't have been able to make it out. So, and I had a really hard time wanting to talk to her mom. Her mom is an amazing person, but it was kind of this idea that what if I say the wrong thing, and what if I hurt her worse, and all of this stuff that shouldn't have bothered me. But she said the next time I came out, I should come and say hi. This time I would suck it up and go visit. So I went to visit her mom. We had a wonderful time. We went to lunch, and she took me to, I think, 3 thrift stores. And we just spent time together. I got to see Katie's ashes and her box, which was hard And yeah, so there was that. Another thing I did to kind of say goodbye, and now I'm crying. I went to the Carolina Tiger Rescue, where I think she used to volunteer there. I don't think she actually was a paid employee. I think she just volunteered, but she volunteered at the sanctuary, and I'm 90% sure, I forgot to ask her mom, I'm 90% sure that Katie's ashes were spread in the cemetery area that they have. Basically, they have a circle where they keep the lions and the tigers, the big cats. And in the center of the circle, you can walk in, and there's a cemetery where they put all of the previous cats that have passed away. And the volunteer was so sweet. Whoever let me do this, I really appreciate it. But she took me back after the tour that we went on, and she let me spend a few minutes alone. And just say hi. Man, I need to stop. So, and the last thing that I did for her, my cousin Laura and I went to the North Carolina Zoo, and I honestly didn't plan this. I just remembered partway through our trip that Katie and I went to the zoo when we were kids, and we had pictures from the zoo, and there were two that I really wanted to recreate. So there's one where Katie was sitting on an egg. I don't remember what the egg was supposed to be, but she was just sitting on this egg with her hands on the side, and I have that picture. So we did that one. And then the second is there was an ostrich egg, I think, out by the African savannah area. And so she was inside, kind of peeking out the side. So we recreated that one as well. And I don't know if it has to do with this trip and maybe me being able to say goodbye, but the fact that I'm doing this well this year is kind of a big deal. And I don't know, I felt like I needed to talk about it. One day I would very much so like to do a cover video to Gabby Hanna's song, because the song itself is about loss, and not just loss as in death, it's just the overall idea of loss. When I watched it, it made me really feel like it would be a good way to heal, I guess. So I guess now this explains why I did some things. I always feel dumb, like I shouldn't still be hurting because it's been a long time. I guess I feel like there's a lot of people who heal a lot faster and that I need to get over it. I know that I'm unhealthy. Cookie dough. Thanks for watching. I know I'm sad. I know it's not fun. I know I don't know how to talk to a camera. I know I'm making a mess. But even if I'm the only one who watches this, at least I'm getting it out somewhere. So, thanks for watching. If this is the first time you've watched this, please, I'm not this depressing ever on the internet. But thanks for watching. Please don't criticize me on eating cookie dough. I know. I do. Okay. Goodbye.
But you're just a ghost.